Hi, sorry. Welcome to the part two of this reading. I had some technical issues. I'm very sorry about that. In the meanwhile, I had this feeling that the Queen of Pentacles was just like on the bottom of the deck, under all of this, which we concluded that is a structure. And she's like underneath all of it, So I was feeling like it's a lot of pressure for a little flower. It's a lot of pressure. I know she's protected and she's got her thing with the whole planet, so but yeah, it's like it's a lot of pressure. And we know what pressure does, right? Pressure can turn coal to diamonds, which I guess it's what she's been getting for Christmas, because if she's under that much pressure and just is she like a doormat or something? She like she's like she's the ground, she's the base where everything builds up on, right? So hopefully this is something beautiful and fair and just, all of this. But it's quite a lot of pressure, it feels. That's the feeling I got. So we have the Eight of Wands that kept falling down. The Eight of Wands upright. And is this Eight of Wands attacking the Queen? Is this the pressure? All the pressure, depression? Or is this some kind of positive movement towards some common goals? Five of Swords and Seven of Cups, so a lot of confusion and a lot of arguments. So maybe this is the, oh god, maybe this is talking about the pressure that the Queen of Pentacles is under because of all of this law and order and structure and tradition and pressure for celebration and for harvest. I mean, it's all beautiful cards, but it looks a little bit like too much all at once. What's this water running? Oh, just give me anyway, sorry. So yeah, not much fun and a lot of low vibing. And a lot of competition and jealousy and struggle to work with each other and to combine each other's skills and talents and probably also the bad stuff, right? People aren't only good, they also have their vulnerabilities and their things. A lot of hidden information and sneaky behavior, and there's just no breakthrough. There's no idea how to proceed. There's no impulse to express. And so there's a need for leadership. And the King of Wands, when he steps into power, he's gonna do it his way. He just needs to keep things warm. And alive, or with light, with warmth, you know? He needs to keep things warm. And you will keep doing it. You will be steady, focusing on that. Even if all even if things just go wrong, and even if he ends up sad and with another disappointment in his heart and in his mind. That's what the... And then we have this, which I don't really know what it means. It just means that there's a big good cup being spilled. I don't know. Queen of Wands and Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups. And the Three of Cups upside down again. So... So no... If the Queen of Wands doesn't fill up her cup, or doesn't practice the self-love needed to be in a state of self-love, then she will not feel so confident, and she will become impulsive and maybe out of sorts, or angry, or evil, or maybe she would actually step into action, not for the sake of what she loves, so what does this has to do with our Ten of... So okay, so there is a very big structure, very stable, with a lot of potential for good harvest in terms of good energy or profit or resources, in terms of whatever these projects that are running here according to these spiritual laws and moral laws. And then we have this Queen of Pentacles here, which is in the base of things. And then we have this talk about how it's so important for us to fill up our own cup and to connect to our inner sense of emotional well-being, so that we don't become angry bitches. Okay, so maybe this is trying to explain why the Queen of Pentacles is on the bottom of all of this, because when she gets like this, it doesn't resonate with this whole thing here, right? One thing is a Queen of Wands reversed, another thing is a Queen of Pentacles, perfectly balanced and nourishing and stable and all those things. Those things. They gather round, they gather round, they gather round, they gather round me. So this is a persistency persistency, persistence. This is persistently working for our own demise by not allowing ourselves to receive the emotional well-being that we deserve as emotional beings, with the right to be happy and feel good. And so we insist on, there's a persistence here to be depressed, to overthink, to a need to defend oneself from something that feels painful and hostile. So there's a persistence here to wow, what can we say here? That someone is imbalanced in their own persistency. It's Eight of Pentacles. So they're working hard. But they are not really being able to feel good, because they are defending themselves from what feels like it's attacking them, and that it makes them cry and it makes them sad. It disturbs their inner peace, and the Empress fell down on the table. So there's a lot of feminine energy here. It might be talking about this pressure that the Queen of Pentacles was under, I guess. Death and love are so good. So this Empress, the moon cycles. This is the talking about the feminine moon cycle, the moon cycles. This is the divine feminine, right? I see this. You see the stars and the moon phases. It's like so. There's a lot talking here about an emotional imbalance and an emotional and drive imbalance, because both Queen of Cups and the Queen of Wands came reversed. So there's something here about the Page of Swords came upside down. So so there's some misinformation here. Something that we should explore further and try and investigate more, because we are not taking it as the subject that it is. So we are talking here about the feminine flow of emotions, of waters and fires, and how much it is influenced by the moon. And there are of course, like, because we want to see these cards upright, like we want to see the cup full and overflowing, right? But we can't have the full moon all the time. We don't. We have the moon. Sometimes the moon seems like it's pouring, and then it pours, and then we don't see it. It's like it ran out, and then it becomes empty, and then it fills up, and then we see it full again, and it's wow, amazing, right? And this is maybe it's what's talking about is how to deal with this Um, and then the Eight of Pentacles is like, it's making me think like of this kind of need to show up for work every day and do the same things every day and always be on our best and never fail and always be focused and always be productive, and how much stress he creates. And for people that are more sensitive and that might be going through some chemical changes in their brain due to their hormonal system, it can create a lot of imbalance in our self-love and in our ability to process emotions and new emotions, old emotions, and that can also cause an imbalance on our drive, on our ability to act or to be proactive. So this is all things that must be taken into account, right? Although we don't, because we live in a world this is the world we live in. Profit, profit, goals, success, go, go, go. And there's a lot of pressure behind it. And then there's this diamond, this wifey material person that is a diamond. It's becoming a diamond because it takes so much pressure. Or he has taken so much pressure that he had become a diamond, and now people look at them and think, oh, that's wifey material. But they don't realize that this wifey material is a divine feminine that flows with the moon cycles. She's not a stagnant object that is always the same. She's like the moon. And sometimes we won't even see her. And yes, the night is darker because we can't even see the moon, right? And that can cause a lot of also inside of us, in our subconscious and in our emotional body and in our aura also, because our aura is electromagnetic, right? And the moon rules. She has a very big she doesn't rule, maybe she doesn't rule, she has a very big electromagnetic influence on our atmosphere. And because she controls the currents, she probably also has on our own waters, and we are made of water basically. So I feel like this is the message that's it's very clear for me. It's looking very clear. I even bundled up all of this in one. So this feels like a very clear vision of something that is happening in the world, and nobody really understands it, right? Because there's this pressure to strive for perfection, strive for the perfect profit for success, right? So and the Page of Swords upside down just confirms that it's maybe as scientists, as teachers, as doctors, as judges, as leaders in the spiritual community and in the religious communities, and you know, these people could be a part of how to remove all of this pressure from this Queen of Pentacles. Somehow, by accepting that she is what it is. You don't control the moon. you know, the moon controls us. And every time we embrace that control, we become richer, we become stronger, we become more abundant in our emotional power. So that can change our life in many, many, many positive ways. And this is the card that fell down to finish this reading. I was wondering if I should pull a Mudra card. I'm not sure. Probably. So we have the Two of Cups, which is beautiful. So this feels like there's a lot of masculine energy, and there's all this pressure on the feminine energy, and all of this is probably a little essay on how to find balance between these two sides, two different sides. How can we achieve a place of meeting between these two energies that are so opposite and so different? One is so stable and one other is so see, one is so moody and influenced by external massive cold sterile things, you know. It's the moon, and the moon causes a lot of stuff to happen, you know. And then we have this really kind of it's immovable. This keeps going round and round and round and round and changing, and this is always the same. That's why she gets like this. She gets bored. She gets meh. She gets like a little bit out of sorts. She gets sad. She feels lonely and affected. But she has to work. She has to keep going. To keep up this and hopefully she's learning to do this work with this time. In this space, and all together in harmony with each other, we can all achieve a beautiful thing. That's actually quite a nice reading, isn't it? So yeah, just a Mudra card. Oh, I like how this one flipped. Yeah, fearlessness 10. So I don't know. We need to be fearless and fierce to defend our right to be ourselves. And that can create a lot of pressure. But it is what it is. And well, I personally rather take the pressure than submit to and get used to this feeling of hopelessness and losing all my ability to manage my emotions and I must find a way, and I find it. And if I don't find it, I accept it and I wait for the way to find me, and I find it. And I have the sacral chakra here, which is it's the chakra located in the area of the womb. And we know that the womb is quite a wow thing, right? There's a lot of untapped power, and that power is feared by many because we are afraid to lose control of all of this order that works so well and creates all the harvest and profit and stability that we are used to. And then comes in the divine feminine with all this sacral chakra energy, with her sensuality, with her fluidity, with her receptivity, her creativity, and her connection to pleasure. And that can cause a lot of fear in people that are so used to and so controlling and passionate about all of this structure that we talked about. But this is the sacral chakra, it's the second chakra, and we cannot ignore it. We cannot ignore the need for these two to be balanced. And this one also came right next to this, and another chakra, wow, another chakra card came, and another chakra card came too. So we have 4 chakras here. We're talking about, I was hoping for a mudra, but this is not normal. So we have the number 1 root chakra. So this is how I see the Queen of Pentacles. She's a base for growth. She's a base to plant. So all of this structure here, you know what I'm seeing? All of this structure is built, all of this is built on top of this. So she's just a root. She needs to be she's a flower, but she's considered a root. She's like a potato. You know? She's what nourishes the whole thing. But she's just a potato. And she suffers because of that. Because she's not just a potato. She's the goddess of creation. And all of this energy that she's holding, all of this that is in her, you know, this is the womb of creation. You see, it's pregnant. It all builds on it. Whatever is planted here in her soil is what will be gestated